Okay, we'll hit that and that with the Chen. And as people pop in, we have one person in the waiting room, so I'm gonna make sure that we mute all upon entry.
You don't have to. You can let them talk.
We could, but we never
Oh,
know.
you mean in the you mean in the voice?
Yeah.
I thought in chat. Chat's okay.
Chat's okay, but to have people just randomly talk, not so good. Okay, I'm going live here. Okay, we're live on Facebook. This is being streamed already. I'm gonna let people in that want to hop on. And what I'll do as well is if you want to hop on afterwards, you can. I'll throw a section. I'll throw a link in the chat below. I'm gonna spotlight you here, and I'm gonna spotlight myself as well. Leo, we're live on Facebook inside of our Facebook group. We're live on our channel. Today, I'm so excited to have you to chat a little bit about AI and why that matters and why that is important for your real estate business. I went down a ChatGPT wormhole on the weekend, and me and Sharon were actually having a conversation about it the other day, just about all the things that AI is going to change in the real estate transaction. But even everything is going to change from a marketing perspective, and everything's already changing. It's evolving so quickly within the last like 3-4 months. It's evolved very, very, very quickly with ChatGPT. And I honestly on Saturday night, I think I watched close to 20 to 30 videos that I was saving. I was like, oh my God, I can do this, or this will make my life easier, or this will allow me to think about things differently. And the conversational aspect behind what AI can do for your business is absolutely amazing. And I thought no better person to share with our audience what it means to actually run AI because of your background with tech and your experience with just like systems and processes. So I'm so excited to kind of hand it over to you to kind of walk them through why AI matters specifically for real estate. My friend, I'll let you take it from here and let you jam.
Yeah, I'm hearing that a lot every single day. People going down rabbit holes, rabbit holes, rabbit holes, rabbit holes. And in my time in tech for over, gosh, it's got to be 16, 17 years. That's one thing I would recommend people not do. They can do that, for entertainment. Sure, they can see things, but just like the news, you'll get conflicting information. You'll get all kinds of stuff that you may not apply to you. Might be interesting, might be fun, okay, but you're just wasting time, right? I spent a lot of my time in the earlier years of tech, literally testing every single beta software operating system, whether it's Windows, whether it's Mac, whether it's Linux, whether it's Unix, you name it. I tested it all, went through beta 1, beta 2, Windows 98, Windows NT, every single version, okay, I went through. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that in AI. You don't have to do that in any technology. This is why I'm so passionate about this particular information that I'm putting together for you guys, because it shortcuts all of you guys to know right away what categories, what things to put in what boxes. And if it's useful to you, it's useful for your lives, it's useful for anything else. So I'm going to get started. I got a ton of stuff to go through. And Cody, just interrupt me if we need to stop and take a breather or, ask a question. And if we have anything, of course, anyone chiming in, obviously would love to be able to catch up. But I'm going to cover pretty much everything that you'll need to know to get up to speed. If you were working in real estate for the last 3-4 months, you hear about these AI things, but you didn't do anything with it. Maybe you logged into ChatGPT and you asked it a few things, but that's really a microcosm of what this big universe of AI is. So I'm going to give you kind of a high-level overview so that you guys will know what to do when you come out of this particular session. So without further ado, let me get started here. All right. First of all, for all of you guys watching, you can scan this QR code and get the entire deck of what I'm going to show you. There's information there. There is, frameworks in there. So if you guys want it, then go ahead and scan the code. There's also, let me give you also the URL if you want to go directly there. So I'm going to put that in chat. Thank you all for being here. I titled this Essential Tools in AI Right Now. And the two keywords here are essential, okay, because there's no getting away from it. This will come at you no matter what, okay? And what's happening right now, because I can't guarantee you, but tomorrow might be different. All right, so let's get started. All right, a little bit about me. If this is your first time seeing me and having some idea about who I am, my name is Leo Chen, and I worked in the luxury market here in Orange County, California. In my previous careers, I've worked for 3 tech startups and 15 plus years on one of them as a corporate tech executive, handling everything IT, from back end, from support, multi-site data centers, as well as supporting all of our designers, programmers, and supporting 24/7 operations. And then I'm also a second generation realtor. My mom has been a realtor for 35 plus years. I'm happy to carry on that torch as I go forward. And then I often mastermind around business, sales, and tech. So you may have seen me here and there with some other masterminds. I've done plenty of other presentations as well around making your business in real estate efficient. We've done that with Cody on the 3-part series. So ask him for that if you missed that in the past. And I love to say that I live the perfect California lifestyle. That means being able to go to the beach 10 minutes away, being able to hop on the freeway and go to LA arts and all kinds of sports events, as well as an hour and a half from the mountains. We have the best weather in the world, in my opinion. And as long as I'm at the beach, I'm totally cool. All right, so that's a little bit about me. And so a few questions to kick this off for you guys out there. If you guys want to chime in, if you're watching this on a replay, what is AI? What does AI mean to you? When somebody says AI, artificial intelligence, what does it really mean to you? Because it's so new to all of us. Everybody has a different definition, but AI has been around since the 50s, and everybody's just hear about it, but right now we're really facing the explosion of what it actually is. And I'm going to talk a little bit about exactly what that is. Why is it important? Well, in case you don't know, everything that you touch today in technology, on your phone, on your computer, on your iPad, what you watch on TV, everything is going to be layered around AI. Meaning, instead of you interfacing directly with a device, with an application, you can have a layer of AI in between that, and then that is going to assist you to get what you want, as opposed to you having to get it yourself, okay? And then there are a few problems with what's going on with AI right now. Number one, it's confusing. We just start at the top. What is AI? What is ChatGPT? What is Midjourney? What is, why are we seeing all these images generated by AI? Why, what for? How does that help my business? How does that help my everyday, world? How do I make that work for me? How do I make it go away? Right? This is super confusing. Second is, you might be thinking, I don't need it. Why do I need it? My life is just fine. I've got my phone, I got my Siri, I can Google everything I want. Like, why do I even need it? And lastly, this is for the news outlets out there that are scaring you about AI, because everything they talk about is how AI is going to take over the world. You're not gonna, we're all gonna be, slaves to the machines. and AI is going to do things bad for our society and all that kind of stuff. Let me tell you something. I do not subscribe to that because they are there to sell those stories. And if you're not scared, you won't watch. Okay, I'm going to tell you about all the things in AI that's advancing our world. Don't get me wrong, there are some caution around AI and how it might impact us in the future as a society. But for right now, we are 100% in control. And, all we have to do is just unplug it, right? So don't be scared. And I hope you can have an open mind here as we go through our presentation here around AI. All right, this is how I could share with you how it's going to impact your life, in your work life, in your business life, in your own personal life as well. Because this graphic here on the left, as you can see, is currently what we do and what we've done for decades. Okay, you are having to handle phone calls coming in, phone calls going out. You're drinking coffee at the same time to keep you energized. You have, contracts coming in. You have to, schedule for appointments. You got your phone, you got your iPad, you got your computer in front of you. You got to look at this chart, right? This is where we are right now. Okay, that is about to be over, fortunately. And so now let's move into the AI world. You as the real estate agent, okay, is going to be, like I said earlier, have a layer of AI between you and all these tasks that you have to do, and they will intelligently take instructions from you and take care of it. So I'm going to zoom in here a little bit so you can see. Some of the tasks include how to add events to your calendar automatically. You can literally say to the robot, say to AI, just like you would ChatGPT, hey, I want you to schedule once a month on my free day off, whether it's Thursday or Sunday, okay, this event that I'm going to attend, okay, and I want to do that every quarter, okay, and then it can do that intelligently. Right now, you would have to do that manually yourself, okay? Number two, book restaurants. How many times, how much time have you spent trying to book a reservation at a restaurant? Okay, you can tell the AI bot to say, hey, these are the type of food, these are the type of restaurant I have, these are the allergies I have. I want you to search out only the restaurants that qualify, okay, and book me a table for 3 people, for 4 people, for 2 people, for 1 person, okay, on Saturday night, okay, between 6 and 7 o'clock, okay, and it can automatically do that. You see how the complex instructions is going to help you do that. Okay, automated customer service. This part we always love, and we've been dreaming about this probably forever, is being able to take in an inquiry about your business, in our case, real estate, and be able to automatically qualify them, automatically get some information, what they're looking for, and until you have that information, okay, you don't need to engage. All right, I'm just going to run through these real quick. Booking tickets, obviously, booking flights. Okay, Cody, I don't know how much time you probably spent booking flights. Okay, if it's not you, it's your assistant that you're paying who's spending hours doing that, right? Smart home devices to help keep your home secure so that you know what's happening at all times. And you may be able to tell your robot to say, hey, whenever I'm not home, you don't feel any motion sensors at home, no movement. I want you to make sure you turn all the lights off, okay, and activate security measures. Okay, so I'm just going through some of these examples. You guys, when you guys download this deck, you can kind of go through some of this stuff that may apply to you. Okay, so this is the old world. We're in the new world. Everybody is on a fast-paced race to all of these tasks that you're going to be able to do with complex instructions. Okay, and what does that get us? Gets us increased productivity, translate any language. Okay, think about you being able to communicate with anyone in the entire world in English. It'll translate everything for you, whether by text, by voice, or by video. Okay, this is one of the things that AI is extremely good at, better than any human, is being able to code, because it follows a machine language directly to instruct computers to do things. And so it works just like, AI would work. So it can do coding. So imagine not having to see any codes anymore, where AI can take care of all of that. So again, all of these things are going to be, beneficial to our world, to your lives. Okay. But at the end of the day here, you can ask AI to enable anything. Okay. And generate any kind of reports. All right. Those of you that have VA assistants offshore and have language problems, AI is going to take care of that. Those of you who have AI assistants that do marketing, they can interface with AI and make sure there's no typos, the sentences written in proper grammar and all that kind of stuff. So if you have assistants, you're basically supercharging your assistants. Okay. So right now, as I mentioned, AI is experiencing an explosion of ideas. We're just barely scratching the surface. Okay, and we're providing solutions for every application, for every type of task, for any kind of work that you do. This will change the world and how we work and live in our everyday life. So I'm going to ask you guys that are here in the Zoom call. Janet, what's your takeaway so far? Just type it in.
Very interesting. I do AI chat bot, but I only do it to write things. Like I didn't know you could do all these other things, so I'm learning.
Yeah.
Thank you, Leo.
You're welcome. You're welcome. This is exactly why I do this, right? Because it shortcuts you to how you think about AI. Okay, all of us have blindfolds on and only see ChatGPT or only see, one thing. But if we pull back a little bit, you can kind of see how the world is going to change based on what I just gone over. And some of the things I'm going to show you as we go is going to really blow your mind. Cody, thoughts?
Yeah,
no, man,
great.
just like making life easier. Like if you just like think about AI like that, like you win. You win long term.
That's right. So no wasting time, hey, going down rabbit holes, I've done it myself. However, it may not be the best use of time if you're an entrepreneur. Okay. And this is going to give you a highlight of how you think about how your world's going to change and start, instructing AI to do different things. And this is, even though we're talking about all that stuff and all the news are talking about it, some of these tasks and things are not quite ready yet. Okay. But there is just a race to, make a ton of money on AI by building some of these functionalities to be able to do it. And for sure, it's coming. Okay, so what I'm going to go through right now is the big one here. OpenAI's ChatGPT, which is what everybody's hearing about literally every single day. And by the way, again, if you guys want this deck, this presentation, just go ahead and scan the code here or the link in the chat if you're in the chat. And, I want you to have the full deck to be able to refer to. This is very much a reference presentation for you to be able to reference over and over. So let's talk about ChatGPT. What is ChatGPT? And ChatGPT is basically a chatbot, but it's literally like Google, where you can ask it anything. It's a little bit like Siri, that you can ask it anything and it'll give you reply, except this would be like a Siri on steroids. And last month, ChatGPT 4 was actually released. We were anticipating that it was going to release much later than that, but it was released. And here are some of the highlights. Okay, if you're not on the wait list, get on the wait list, because they don't want everybody to jam up the system. Okay, and they are releasing it, on a controlled basis. If you are a developer, of course, you'll get priority access. Okay, and then it went from being able to take in and reply in 11,000 words of text to 25,000. So that's more than doubled what the system can handle. And so this is going to help with long form content creation. It's going to help with extended conversations, and then more document research, because you can input more information for it to analyze and give you an answer back. ChatGPT has a feature that allows you to put in a URL. And that URL, ChatGPT will go to that URL, pull everything and read everything from that web page, and then you can ask questions based on that web page that you gave it. Okay, right now, as far as I know, it hasn't been released, but they did put it in as a part of their features that's going to happen. And I believe Bing, the other chatbot by Microsoft, already has this feature, so you guys can also check that out. And it allows visual inputs. Okay, you put in a photo. For example, if you gave it a photo and it has a photo of eggs, flour, and butter, you can ask it things like, okay, what can I make with what's in this photo? So literally, it can recognize what's in the photo
Wow.
and give you data on what you can ask for. So it might come back and say you can make pancakes, you can make layer cakes, you can make whatever, I don't know what other pastries that you can make with eggs, flour, and butter, but that's a perfect example of what's possible. Rather than just having to type in something, you can just give it an image. So imagine taking your phone somewhere, you're out and about, taking a photo of something and say, hey, what can I do with this? And it's basically going to be your MacGyver. If you guys are old enough to know what MacGyver is. So ChatGPT 4 also going to be more creative than ever. Okay, the technical writing skills, composing songs, writing screenplays, and then it can also, if you gave it your input of your own writing style, it can write in your style. Okay, so those are some of the major advances of ChatGPT 4 versus ChatGPT 3.5. Okay, so that's all good to know. You can see it's a big jump in capabilities. And just to illustrate a little bit more its capabilities, this was a law exam that ChatGPT 3 did, and they compared it with ChatGPT 4. You can see all the green lines are all the improvement of ChatGPT 4. So within just a few months from ChatGPT 3.5 to ChatGPT 4, you can see how much smarter it got. Okay, right there in the green. Specifically right here, the bar exam. Look at its advancement here on the bar exam for ChatGPT 4. Okay, and so of course you can see some of these other tests, AP tests, SAT tests, AP Environmental Science, LSAT. So the list goes on and on. So it's only getting smarter. Okay, it's never going to go backwards. It's going to just get smarter. And here's some of the test results. ChatGPT 4 in this particular bar exam was 213 out of 400. Okay, ChatGPT 4 had almost 300 out of 400. Okay, so that's some major improvements. When you guys download this deck, you can of course comb through some of this stuff and kind of see for yourself. And then this is a major thing is regarding languages. ChatGPT excels at languages, of course, and you can see how good it is at it. English being its best at 85.5%. Okay, and you can see all these other languages, which I didn't even know they existed. Some of these languages here, it can at least do a 66%, 70% better than I could ever. It might take me years to learn even one of these languages. Okay, so that's the impact of ChatGPT 4. And I want to show you one of these features that they demonstrated. That's going to blow your mind. Okay, so the demonstrator wrote on a piece of paper here on the left, and it say, hey, build me a website. This is what my website looks like. It's called My Joke website, like haha joke. And right here, okay, I want you to put in a joke in the website, and I want you to put a button here to reveal the punchline. Okay, you can see even the handwriting is not that great. Okay, and right here, list the second joke and click here for the second punchline. And of course, you have all the compliance of the copywriting at the bottom of the page. So he wrote that down here. And from there, it inputted and created this code. From scanning this image, it got this code, it produced this code, And from there, it produced this website. Perfectly coded, working website. Okay, so that's some of the possibilities you can imagine in the future, being able to take a picture and give it to ChatGPT, give it to AI, and have it do something for you. In this case, it built a website. Okay, next, if you thought that that wasn't cool enough, okay, all of us hate taxes. I know I do. And so in this particular example, we asked ChatGPT, you are a tax GPT, a large language model trained by OpenAI. Carefully read and apply the tax code, being certain to spell out your calculations and reasoning so anyone can verify them. Spell out everything in painstaking details and don't skip any steps. Okay, and from that instruction, it produced this down here and gave you an explanation of the specific tax code for income and gross income, and this particular tax code and special rules to apply taxable year of 2018 through 2025. And for this example, it produced this result. Since Alice and Bob are married and finally jointly, their standard deduction for 2018 is $24,000. Okay, that's a little bit of summary, but then it went ahead and produced this specific calculation of taxable income, personal exemptions, and created the bottom line. Alice and Bob's total tax liability for 2018 is $10,597.68. Okay, so I want you to know that ChatGPT knows all the tax code, so you can ask it any question you want. And this could help you figure out what to do to reduce your taxes. So those are two really great examples of how ChatGPT and AI could help you. In the future, this could be streamlined even more. All right, so Janet, was that helpful? Was that cool?
The tax stuff is crazy. Like that, like I'd never thought of that. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and again, we're just coming up with some of the most obvious examples. So I think there's going to be more stuff that's going to blow you away. And that's what I mean earlier about AI is going to change not just business, not just doing some marketing stuff for you, but also what you do on a day-to-day basis, and, from business to taxes to cooking to, maybe how to raise your kids, how to train a dog, anything that you want. So that's the power of AI. So right here, I created this grid for you guys, and this is going to help you understand how everything is going to progress from today in AI. And on the upper left, I'm going to just start here. It just kind of is what we would call specific AI, meaning you are going to give it specific instruction and it's going to give you back specific answers in regards to which mode you want it to be. And over here on the bottom right is going to be general. Oops, running out of space here. AI. And I'm going to walk you guys through this real quick so you understand it. Right now, when you're using ChatGPT, this is what we call a text-to-text experience. You input some text, you get some text reply back, okay? And if we want to progress for that, you can give it text, okay? And then it can give you a voice, a audio version of an answer back. This is what we would, this is closer to what we're used to with Siri, which is down here, voice to voice, okay? This would be a Siri experience. You tell Siri what to do, Siri gives it back to you in voice. If we progress with that, you can give AI text and it can, based on your text and instructions, and give you an image reply back. Okay, and from there, you can imagine if you give it text, it can give you a video response back. So imagine if you, in this mode, you can tell Siri that you wanted a certain answer to something, and Siri could generate a video and give you the answer back in a video form. Okay, we already talked about voice to voice. Image to text, which is what we demonstrated earlier with the egg, flour, butter example, and also the website example. You gave it an input of a picture, an images of some sort, and it can give it back to you in an answer in a text. Or you can input a video, take a video of something, give it to AI. AI can reply to you in a video back. Okay, so imagine the recipe example or the cooking example. You can, take a video of yourself and say, hey, I want this and this and this. These are the items I have. Here's the items that I have, the ingredients I have. What can I make with this? And AI can, on the fly, generate a video and show you the different types of foods that you can make with it and how to make it in the video format. Okay, so that's kind of a video to video experience. Right now, the video to video experience are inputting a video, and it could transform that video in a certain way, make it a cartoon, make it a certain style, make it black and white, and it can give that to you back. So it's a video input, video output experience. And of course, there could be an image to image experience that's kind of self-explanatory. And lastly here, when we talk about general AI, it means that you can input anything in text, in voice, in image, in video, whatever format you want, okay? And there'll be a physical robot that can either tell it to you or do it for you. That's the ultimate experience that we may have in the future. Okay, now I'm going to share with you who is working on all of this stuff so that you can have an idea in your head. Oh, I get it now. This is a text-to-text experience. I get it. This is an image-to-text experience. I get it. This is me giving instruction, and a robot will do something for me and give me a result. Okay, and so we're increasingly moving from our upper left-hand corner to the lower right-hand corner as we go, even just in the last 3-4 months, as Cody had mentioned earlier. All right, so that gives you a little bit of an idea. And I want to share with you this the power of AI right now. Okay, so we'll start here on the left. This is the photo image that we gave it as input. Okay, and the system, what it's doing right away in split seconds, would recognize that right here, the depth of the image, meaning the baseball players in the foreground. Okay, you can see all the different colors right here. The image, the baseball player in the foreground, and there's audience in the background in blue. It can figure out the depth of the picture, and simultaneously it's segmenting what that means. So in the front, you have sand or the ground right here. You have the person right here. You have the playing field right here. You have the audience and people and chairs in the background. So right away, it's already recognized all of this stuff. And progressing from that, it's going to label everything in that image, okay, so that you can identify it. And if you told it, hey, where's the helmet? It knows how to respond to that. Okay, so it's going to detect all the objects and label them in names. And then it can OCR them, meaning optical character recognition or detection. That means it can take all of these labeling and make sense of them and give you answers for all of that stuff and give you kind of a, it will input into this system called Prismer. And on the bottom here, after it's detected the depth, it's going to detect the surface, meaning textures, not just the depth of the items, but also the surface and the texture of the items. The person, you can see it'll know about kind of the shirt it's wearing based on texture and things like that. And then from there, it can actually generate a illustration or drawing from it. Okay, so that it can use that to give either image output or video output of any kind. It would submit all of this stuff into the AI system here called Prismer. And then now you can ask it anything you want. What is the person doing? It's playing baseball. What is the number of this player? Number 21. Okay, on and on and on. Okay, so you can answer questions based on this image. So imagine if there are disabled people out there who can't see, okay, this AI system is going to completely change your lives. They can ask AI to assist them with anything that they want, okay? And now captioning, you can ask it to, do marketing for you based on that image that you gave it. Okay, what's the man doing? Making descriptions, caption. A man is playing baseball in the field, da 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 da. So those are just a few quick examples. So that'll give you an idea how AI is functioning when you gave it just a simple image. Hopefully that makes sense, because we all wonder, like, how does it even do that? So there you go. That gives you a good idea about how image recognition and in the future video recognition are also happening. So next, what I want to do is talk about the major players, because you might be hearing about thousands of apps right now. And to be honest, most of them are not going to matter, as all of these big players are going to start buying out these other smaller companies. They're going to generate their own version of AI. They're going to start consolidating until we have platforms that are helping us with everything and anything we need. And this is the race that everybody's on. Who's the fastest to be able to provide the best AI platform for everybody to interface? And that way they're going to generate money from it, because it's a service that they're going to be able to offer. So number one, you guys already know, Microsoft has invested in OpenAI, the company OpenAI, that is the maker of ChatGPT, and they've used OpenAI's ChatGPT for their Microsoft Bing browser, and so now it is AI enabled. So if you guys are playing with that, it's really, really probably the best browser right now that's AI enabled. Okay, and they're going to integrate all of that stuff into their Office suites. Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, for presentations, for all the suites that you guys are used to with Microsoft. They're going to enable all of that. A lot of it is already released, and there's a lot more to come. Okay, so keep an eye on Microsoft. If you're a Microsoft user of any kind, look for any kind of AI-enabled software that's going to be in all of their software, all of their suites of business suites. Secondly, of course, Google has been working on AI for a really long time. They're also going to, as a competitor, to release all of their online software, business softwares, Google Workspace, for Gmail, for Calendar, for Google Drive, for anything that you might work with. Google Sheets, Google Docs are all going to be AI enabled. There's already some features that were there before that people didn't know, but now it's going to just get supercharged. Google also released their Bard AI, which is a competitor to ChatGPT. But they are touting their Bard AI bot to be safer than ChatGPT, because it has more restrictions, so that there aren't people, asking for stuff that might be dangerous to our society. So that's Google. NVIDIA is going to be, they are a chip making company, and if you have kids, or you are a kid that has been around gaming, NVIDIA is the king of gaming hardware, and powering a lot of the software that's out there for gaming. And so NVIDIA is going to be a platform to allow a lot of companies to be able to use their computing to be able to generate, using their computing power to generate anything. So imagine NVIDIA as a computing cloud that allows anybody to plug into it and generate any kind of computation you need. As you can imagine, it requires tens and hundreds of thousands of computers to be able to do this stuff in a split second. Then we have Adobe. If you're any kind of a creator with Photoshop, Illustrator, their entire suite, they released what's called Firefly in beta form, and any of their software is going to be now AI enabled, doing some incredible things to streamline how we edit images, how we do Photoshop, how we do illustrations, how you do Premiere, video editing, all going to be AI enabled. They are doing a great job with their user interface, and I think that's going to really reduce the amount of time for creators to create images, to create any kind of graphic assets, as well as videos. OpenAI we talked about. We don't need to go through any more of that stuff. This one here, this is a image. Oops, this is a image to image. Sorry. Let me repeat that. This is a text to image experience, meaning you give it a description of the image you want, and it can give you an image back. This was generated by someone who said, hey, make me an image of a robot, sitting, squatting with another small robot, and looks like they're hanging out together, and give me all the shadings and what kind of robot and stuff like that. This is called Mid Journey. It is right now the best text to image generation platform right now. Okay, 11 Labs are doing some great stuff with text to audio, doing some transcribing, and also being able to take your transcriptions and give it back to you in audio format. So for podcasts, people who are doing podcasts or any kind of audio format, 11 Labs are doing some incredible things right now with AI, meaning you can just type in text and it can generate audio back to you in the voice of you or anybody you want, as long as it has the data to be able to generate it for specific copyright reasons and things like that. So imagine it can learn your own voice. You give it some text and it can say it back to you in your own voice. Runway AI does a video to video experience, meaning you input a video and it can transform that video for you in a different way that you asked it to do. And then as we continue to move on, Tesla has been building robots for at least 5 to 8 years, because they're using their robots to actually manufacture cars, as opposed to having people building cars. They have robots building cars. So they are way ahead of the game as far as AI and robots doing physical tasks. And so they are definitely going to be working on a lot of stuff that could possibly release AI robots that could be in your home doing chores. So that's what Tesla and Elon Musk is working on. And then we have Meta AI. Meta AI is, of course, Facebook and Meta. They are working on a project called Cicero, and they are allowing the Cicero to enable researchers to meet the grand challenge of creating and training agents to be able to play diplomacy like humans and be able to negotiate and win. So this is super interesting, because if you're a real estate agent, imagine a AI machine being able to negotiate and on your behalf. So all of that stuff is totally possible. So that is your AI players in a nutshell. Is that helpful?
So good, man. So good.
So don't waste your time on all the other little stuff. If you want to play with stuff, that's totally cool. But these are the players to watch, because these are the world movers right here. Okay, and so, but if you do want to check out what AI tools are coming up, this is a tool I use. There's several sites that are cataloging all the new tools that are coming out. This one is called futuretools.io. Just go to futuretools.io and you can really check off these boxes of the categories you're looking for, and it will show you which applications, which companies are working on which specific application to do different things. So you can see just right here, marketing blocks is helping you do marketing with AI. Stock images, it's helping you sort through stock images for AI. And of course, Adobe Firefly, which we talked about. But there, at this point, there are at least over 1,000 apps on here that you can search through so that you can see if you want to try them out, or it could be useful to your business.
That's called futuretools.io.
That's right.
It's called Future Tools. Okay, I'm gonna write that in the chat below for everyone, so they have an idea. That's great.
Amazing. All right. So next, I want to share with you how text to image is progressing right now. This was an image that I created because I woke up one day and thought, oh, you know, it'd be nice to put up a post and invite people to my presentation about AI. And so within about 3 minutes, I generated this image on Midjourney. And I told Midjourney, hey, give me an image of a successful real estate agent joyfully talking to their young couple home buyers. Okay, and it generated this image for me within seconds. Okay, and so I thought, okay, this is great. This is not bad. It's you can tell it's not quite exactly real, but it's good enough for me to make a post, have people invite people to come on this presentation. Okay, and so I was satisfied with it. Okay, now you might notice some flaws here, because right here you can see this person actually has 6 fingers. Okay, and so you'll see some of these weird things, and some people have noticed that like there's more teeth than the average person, right? So this is how you can tell, you know, that AI is still just trying to do its best, right? But I'm going to show you some incredible things that this tool has been generating for thousands of people every single day. Okay, they had just recently released version 5.0 of their AI software. This was generated by version 4. Okay, and you can tell it's a little cartoonish. You know, the color's not exactly real. You can see that the ocean back here, the waves are not really waves. They're just like little triangles, right? And you can kind of tell, you know, that the sand is not exactly right. And you can see some of these people, they're a little bit faded and proportions not exactly right. Okay, so these are, of course, I mean, still it's pretty good, right? Like, you know, you can see this little person here. I don't know what that head is doing there. Okay, so it's definitely some flaws. Okay, but if we progress from that, you can see an image like this. This was 100% generated by AI. Okay, and you can see it did all the blurring in the background here. Okay, you can see all the detail in the costumes, right? You could literally look at this image and didn't think that these people were not real, but these are 100% generated by AI. You can look at the makeup, the shading, the hair texture of all this stuff. I mean, it's pretty incredible. So if you compare something like this over the previous image, like it's a huge difference, right? So know that the power is there to generate something like this. So if we progress from that, now you can see a very artistic image of this person, and you can see the lighting and the shading and all that stuff and all this artistic work, you know, in the background. You know, it's amazing, right? So again, you can't tell this is not a real person, but you know, this is 100% AI generated. Okay, so even if you go from here to here, these are just completely undetectable to our human eyes. And if we progress from that, you have an image like this. Quite cinematic. You can now see even more skin texture, right? And then you can also see that this is a person, you know, like a certain tribe or something like that, right? And you can see the proportions are exactly right. So really beautiful image. And if we go from that, we get a close-up of someone like this. So someone asked it to give me a portrait of a miner, you know, somebody who works in the mines, okay? And it generated this image. You can see the texture of the skin, the lighting again, and look at the eyes. I mean, it's incredible.
Wait, so that's not a real person? That's all generated?
That's right. This person does not exist.
Get out of here. That is
This
so
person
cool.
does not exist whatsoever. As same with all of these other people. None of these people exist. So someone made a description and input it into the AI system and say, this is what I wanted in detail. And AI created these images from scratch.
Wow.
So if you thought realism was a big thing, someone told it to generate kind of a retro photo, of a couple in the 20s, 1920s, the 2010s or something like that. And it generated all of this stuff. You could assume that this was a real photo from the 20s or something, right? And you thought these would be real people, but it's not. It's 100% generated. So it's showing you the capability and the broad range that AI can create, just on the image side of things. All right. Then this, of course, blows me away because it could be anybody's prom pictures, right? And again, 100% AI generated. You could not tell that this was not real. So from all the way from something like this to this in a matter of months.
Wow.
Okay, so that's a little taste of the text to image side. If you guys are interested, you want to log into Midjourney. It's they got a free trial that you can just go in and tinker around with stuff. It's Midjourney works off of Discord, so you would have to have a Discord account. But the great thing is it's almost like being in there in a chat room where you can see what other people are generating, what kind of prompts they put in, and it would help you learn how to generate better images for what you want. So it's a really great community. And then here we go. I got a bunch of these links for you guys to kind of go through and check out. These are some of the best tools that I've run into. You guys might want to try out. And they're all very applicable to what you might use on a day-to-day basis. And this one here, I want to call out a little bit for real estate, for the agents out there. If you are interested, it's called Sofa Brains. This is definitely not the best, but it gives you an idea what it does. I inputted this photo here, and it staged and decorated this photo here for me. So you can see the furniture, the flooring, the drapes it created, these railings it added, and I told it to give it to me in a contemporary style, and so it did. And it created that in 16 seconds.
Wow.
So that's Sofa Brains. It's useful if you're a real estate agent and just need to show clients what your room might look like, or if but make sure you disclose that it's not real, it's not, actually staged physically. And that's it for me. So what's next? Well, I am doing a 6-part. This is part 1 of 6 of a AI presentation. The next part I'm going to do is just really do a really deep dive on ChatGPT and give you all the most useful techniques and prompts that you would use for more specifically marketing, because that's what we're all inundated with. And if you can shortcut that time that you're using for that you're doing for marketing, if it takes you an hour to do something, if we could shrink that to 15-20 minutes, that is what I'm working on for you guys for the next installment of the AI presentation I'll be doing. And that's it for right now.
Man, Leo, I think that every single time that we go down the AI focus and we, or rabbit hole or whatever you want to call it, there's always, you always learn something new. The futuretools.io, I think, is amazing. It's like that is definitely something really cool that I think everyone should keep an eye on, because like you said, it ultimately is going to save real estate agents time. It's going to allow them to serve their clients at such a higher rate, so that they can like really free up time so they could focus more on prospecting and focus more on getting belly to belly with people and making their lives easier. So I just thank you for taking the time today to chat with all of our audience. And I'm excited to share the recording of this with all of our clients that weren't able to make it today. But yeah, bottom of my heart, Leo, I want to say thank you for anyone that has, I tagged a couple people on Facebook Live that wanted to make it. So I hope you catch the replay and you scan the code and you get some more information from Leo, because he was so gracious to spend some time today to chat about AI and how it is going to change our lives and how it already has. So Leo, thank you. Always appreciate you, my friend. And we'll see everyone soon. Have a good day, guys.